Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to Core Talks. I am Denise Posnak Gaffney. I'm just gonna get started. If people join in, great. Otherwise, you might be listening to this as a video recording, which is primarily what the series is intended for. So you could take this and listen to it on your way to work, or if you have a break in the middle of the day, to stop and just think about your core and activate your core. Okay, so the question for today is, how do you activate your core to work inside out? So this concept of working out, a lot of us are working out a lot, and by out I mean exteriorly. We're working on our exterior muscles. We are getting into, we're sweating, we're moving, but we're not really getting deep. And one of the things that Pilates, which is my primary form of physical practice, taught me was how to work inside out, to create strength and warmth from the inside to the exterior muscles, and really build. It's sort of like the plumbing and the electricity of your home, the foundation of your home. You might have a beautiful home, but if all of that's off, or things aren't working, you have leaky faucets and heaters that are coming on at the wrong time or not heating your house, it doesn't really work. Similarly, your core, your deep muscles, when those aren't strong, even though the outside of you seems strong, or exterior muscles are strong, you really have a lack of strength. You really have a lack of stability that creates injury, can lead to issues down the road. So today I'm sitting down on a mat. We're going to physicalize this talk. So we're going to move through it with some activity. So if you have a chance to sit down, get a mat, we're going to go ahead and move. So some key concepts in learning how to transition from working out to working inside out are, one, starting to pay attention. So we talked in our first core talk about the transversalis abdominis, which is this deep, it's the core of the core muscles, in my opinion, and it serves like a back brace. It's a very deep abdominal muscle that the fibers go horizontally, and when you contract those, you have a nice support of your spine, and you're able to really have freedom in your limbs. So understanding that, paying attention to that muscle, and we're going to practice that. I gave you a little exercise in the first and the second and third core talk to get into those muscles. So paying attention to that when you're doing exercises, giving attention to that part of your body, meaning deliberately setting aside time to study those muscles physically. So having yourself do some Pilates exercises, or do the exercises I'm giving you to focus on those muscles. The third thing is to get help understanding how to activate those cores. So get a teacher. If you don't understand this, really, I highly, highly advise. There's no way I would understand any of this without a private teacher and somebody really showing me if I was doing it right or if I was doing it wrong. And then the fourth thing, which is the biggest thing, is to make it your number one priority. So a lot of us want to be able to, do 100 sit-ups or hold a plank for 5 minutes, or whatever your goal is, and we tend to do the exercise or the movement without connecting to core, and we prioritize that over prioritize connecting to core, which is harder, and we won't be able to do the movement as long in the beginning. But when we shift that priority, and we're going to do it today, when we shift that priority and we make the number one priority connecting to the core, making sure the core is stable, we're not going to be able to do as much initially, but we're going to get so strong. So those are the key elements. Paying attention when you're doing exercise, giving time and attention to those exercises, giving just time in your schedule to practice them. Third, getting some help. And our fourth, of course, is making it the primary focus. Okay, so today, let's go ahead and put our hands on our waistline. This, we're gonna just feel our transversalis pull in. So you're gonna breathe in and allow your abdominal muscles to stretch into your fingers, and then you're gonna exhale and see how they fall back. And then inhale, allow them to expand, and exhale, allow them to fall. Now we're gonna do a little bit more efforting on the exhale. So you're gonna inhale and allow the muscles to expand. And then you're gonna exhale and you're actually going to physically muscularly draw those muscles in so that your fingers come closer together because your muscles are moving, not because you moved your fingers. And hold that for a second and then release it. And that's your transversalis working. So it feels like a cinching of your waist. Inhale, allow the muscles to expand. Exhale, draw them in muscularly. Now, a lot of you might not be able to feel this, and it took me a little while. As a dancer, I had a little more access to it, but it takes a little while. Holding in, 2, 3, and then release. And let's do that again. Inhale, allowing them to relax, and then exhale, draw them in, draw them in, draw them in. Hold, hold, hold. And we're in New York City, there's some construction going on. I may pause for the drilling. You can hear me. Hold, 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 hold. And then release. Okay, good. Now we're gonna come onto our back and I'm gonna teach you one Pilates exercise that you can do every day. It's called the single leg stretch. And that sounds funny because it sounds like a stretch, but it's actually an ab exercise. So the single leg stretch is a pretty safe exercise to do. There are different, we'll pause for a second. There are different levels of it. So you're gonna come down. The first level is just bending the knees into your chest and holding onto one knee, extending the other leg up to the ceiling. Now, as you do this, I want you to draw your abdominals into the ground. And then we're gonna change the legs to the other side and you're gonna keep the abdominals drawing into the ground. That's the hard part. And really try to do what I'm saying. Don't just move the legs, you're not gonna feel anything. You have to draw your navel in, and then you keep it in as you change the other side. And again, draw the navel in, keep it in as you change the other side. Now to amp this up, you can bring your chin up onto your chest, and you can look at those abs, and make sure, right now I'm letting them out a little bit. Now I'm gonna take an inhale, I'm gonna exhale and draw them in. And I'm gonna keep them in and change the leg slowly and carefully, making that my priority. Inhale, exhale, pull it in, keep it in, slowly. And again, inhale, exhale, pull it in, keep it in, change. One more, inhale, exhale, pull it in, keep it in, and change. Good, relax. So you'll notice it's actually challenging for me to talk and do this at the same time, and it should be. When you do an exercise like this, you really don't want to be doing anything else. You don't want to be listening to music. You don't want to be talking on your phone, talking to your friend. You want to really concentrate on those muscles, or else they're not going to go in. They're not going to do it on their own. I can guarantee you that. You really have to think about it, which is a challenge, and a lot of us don't want to take that time to do it. It's pretty hard to do. So we're gonna do that exercise now a little quicker, and you're just going to focus on keeping your navel in. We'll do 5 sets. So come on down, pull the navel in. The head can be down or the head can be up. Bringing the knees in. Let's bring the right knee in, left leg up. If you can extend your leg out a little more, that's gonna challenge it a little deeper. But as the leg goes away, if the stomach starts to pop, you have to draw the leg back and draw those abs in. So here we go, 1 and switch, 1. 2, are your abs staying connected? 3 and switch, 3. 4, switch, 4. 5, switch, 5, bend your knees and rest. Okay, so you can do that exercise every morning, start with your little gathering in with your hands, then lie on the ground, do 8 of them. You can pause, you can repeat it if you'd like, and just to prime your day, start your day with that, and you're gonna feel that as you leave the house. It will get you thinking about those abs. So that is our physical portion of today's core talk. And I just want to take it in, as with every core talk, into the life application, the spiritual portion, the emotional portion. And I want to talk a little bit about how to work inside out, or just relate this, give you an exercise, 2 exercises to do to really tap into how you are using, how are you going to practically work inside out in your personal life. So the first exercise for you is a writing exercise. And at the top of your page, you're gonna write the words, my core day, my core day. And then I want you to write underneath my core day, the what and the word quality. So what and quality. And so take however 10 minutes to just riff on what your core day would look like. What would a core day look like for you? A day that is really in line with the life you want to be living. The what of it, when do you wake up? What do you do when you wake up? Where do you go? At what time? What is your work environment like? What is your friend? Do you see a friend? So on and so forth. All of that. And then the quality of it. When you wake up, do you feel totally energized? How do you feel? When you go out into the day, are you talking to people on the street? Are you really nice to the guy who pushes you out of the way? Whatever it is, what is your core day? So just sort of getting your brain thinking on that. That's part 1. And then part 2 is your practical try it out, which is try to have a core hour. Just pick 1 hour of your day, either today, tomorrow, whenever. Decide what that hour is and try, just like we tried keeping the abdominals in, making that primary, making that absolutely primary, no matter what, no matter if I can't lift my head up, that's fine. If I can't stretch my legs out, that's fine. My number 1 job is to keep the core connected. Try to do that for 1 hour. I'm not saying physically, I'm now saying spiritually and emotionally, staying connected to what your idea of core is for you. Try it for 1 hour and just check in. So I'm going to give a brief example this morning. My intention was to really be sort of easygoing today and allow whatever it was coming up to come up and not affect me. And I walked into a situation that really was like a perfect situation to get me really riled up. I spent about 25 to 30 minutes in a riled up state. I was so upset trying to fix this situation. And you know what? It dawned on me that that wasn't staying close to core. That was me doing whatever is sort of natural for me, acting the way I want. I'm used to acting, and I really wasn't staying close to my intention, close to what I wanted to feel like. And at about that 30-minute mark, I decided, oh, nope, I need to practice this. And so the key here is that it is about practice. It is not going to be easy. You have to pay attention. You have to make it primary. That's the hardest part. And you have to stick with it, commit to it, and then you'll get stronger. So, because today I mentioned getting help with understanding the core physically, my program, as you may know, may not know, is an online Pilates coaching service. So I have teachers who teach online. We use the platform Zoom. Sometimes we use FaceTime, Skype, whatever is best for you, but usually Zoom. And we give one-on-one instruction to get you deeper into those muscles, to get you understanding core. So if you're watching today, you watch this one, and you mention it, you can email me at info@mybodwellness.com and mention this video, and I'm giving a free 20-minute session, private session, to anybody who does that, who reaches out and we'll go from there. Now, a couple people came on to the call. I'm a little far away. Oh, Alice is here. Nora, hey Nora. And we're wrapping it up now, trying to make these a little bit more concise. I hope you have an awesome day. Take your core with you. You can always come back to these, watch them, play them, like I said, so you're walking down the street, in your car, wherever you are, okay? Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Happy St. Patty's Day. I'll see you next Tuesday at 1:30. Bye.